Welcome, welcome. So I want to talk about a fabric that I have been fascinated about for a long time. I've done so much homework on this fabric and have found out very little. But I guess you just do what you call trust. So this is a fabric by Loro Piana. Loro Piana is claimed to be the finest fabric in the world. It is from Italy. Loro Piana in the beginning was a line of clothing, and as they couldn't find fabrics that they up to their standards, they started making and creating their own. So now they actually make fabrics for other companies. So they created some years ago a fabric called Storm System. It's been in the development, they say, for decades, but it is the meeting of the most luxurious fabrics in the world with the most technologically advanced fabrics in the world. So you see all these outdoor fabrics and you see how rainproof and waterproof and all those things that they are, but they're synthetics and they don't breathe and they don't have the beauty of these luxury fibers have. This is a vicuña wool. I think it's vicuna, but it sometimes depends on who you are, pronounced vicuña. Anyway, this is a vicuña wool, and it is, when I burn it, and I've burned it so many times because I keep thinking there's going to be a different result, but it's not. It is 100%, and the reason I'm burning it, you know, we all know that, you know, wool doesn't burn, cashmere, all that, none of that stuff burns. So it doesn't burn. It holds true to form. And it smells like wool. I know you can't smell it. But what's interesting is on this fabric, it is the outside layer, and then it has a thin membrane. It's called a membrane, and that's what the Storm System is. But when I burn it, it all burns as wool. So there's been some articles that say it's lined with a polyamide membrane. Well, I'm going to tell you that may be another Storm System, but this is not, because this burns and crumbles just like wool. So it can't be a membrane, otherwise it would be melting and it would be the burn would be completely different. So the factories, you know, these are very highly developed fabrics. They're very expensive fabrics to develop, and certainly they don't want to tell the public as to how they develop their fabric, and we can understand that. But I do want to tell you a little bit about it, and then I'm going to tell you we have it for sale. We have it at a ridiculously low price. We don't have that much left. But I just sometimes feel like I have to highlight fabric. I couldn't let this fabric go without really wanting to make something for myself, and maybe that's the whole crux of this YouTube tonight, is I just was really an excuse to make something for me. However, let me go through it and tell you a little bit about it. So first off, as I said earlier, Loro Piana makes fabrics for other individuals. This is called Knot. This line of clothing, we're going to put this picture up. It's called Knot Standard, and the knot is K-N-O-T, not N-O-T, Knot Standard. And so this is their rain jacket that they have out of this Loro Piana fabric. And I just want you to see the price of some of these. Now, I actually went on the Loro Piana site, and hers started around $5,000 and go to $15,000. Hers are much more expensive, but it depends on the fiber. Cashmere, vicuna, depends again what the fiber is. This is a wool, not a cashmere, and so it's a little bit less. So I wanted you to see that jacket. Next, I want to read you this. And this is just a definition of the Storm System. And it's the technology Storm System allows the most luxurious natural fibers to become as waterproof and wind resistant as any technical fabric, without ever sacrificing their unique comfort and breathability, making the fabric system the ultimate choice for the most demanding clients. Okay, that's their definition of what the Storm System is. So the fabric itself, I'm just going to tell you a couple things I've done. I've cut it, I've thrown it in the washer, I've thrown it in the dryer. It did not shrink, it did not fade, it did not make, I couldn't tell the difference between that I had washed and that I hadn't washed. Could not tell the difference. I'm not going to tell you you can do that. I'm just telling you I did it, I got away with it. I have a front loader. I put it on cold water. I put it on a gentle cycle. I did not put any detergent in there because I didn't feel like it needed any. So, and then when I put it in the dryer, I put it on a very low temp. And again, it came out absolutely beautiful. I was like doing the happy dance. I was so excited. It's just so low maintenance, and I would not expect a wool to be that low maintenance. Okay, so then what I did is keep in mind that the beautiful side, or I think it's a beautiful side, the membrane side is the inside, the beautiful, the wool is the outside. So then I was really deciding, okay, what do I want to make with it? And I always had 920 in the back of my mind. 920 is Milano's jacket, somewhat, kind of like a rain jacket, but just almost like a utility jacket. But there's a Josie's jacket, which is a safari jacket, there's a jean jacket, there's a trench coat would be fabulous. All kinds of different things you can do with it, just depending on your lifestyle and what you want to do with it. Pockets, no pockets, all those choices that you guys know I love sewing because you get to make so many choices, and these are all the choices we get to make. I'm going to just show you a little short part right here about the waterproofing of this fabric. Just watch this just for a minute.
Storm System provides 2 layers of protection. On the outside, the fabric is treated with the Loro Piana rain system, which makes water droplets slide harmlessly off the surface. On the inside, an ultralight microporous membrane protects against both wind and water, while allowing the skin to breathe naturally. The result is clothing that combines beauty and performance in classic Loro Piana style.
Okay, so we see there that the fabric is waterproof, not water repellent, waterproof. That means the water can't penetrate. There is such a thing in fabrics known as a recovery fabric, and that just means that when it is sewn through, not recovery fabric, it's something else. Anyway, it repairs itself. It fixes itself. And this is what this does. No question, this is what this does. Again, because after I sewed this, just for fun, I stuck it in a tub of water, and you know what happened? Just like when you take a piece of plastic and put it in water, like the bubbles start going. I mean, it just like you can't get it underwater because it won't go underwater. That's what happened with my jacket. So I was trying to dispel all these possibilities, what it could do. But all in all, I think you'll be thrilled. It sews beautifully, it presses beautifully, it washes and dries beautifully, and you have yourself now, I have myself a waterproof little jacket. And I just absolutely love it. And it's one of those times where you just do the little happy dance. So Loro Piana, the Storm System, we have it. We have this beautiful blue. And the goal is happy sewing from Silhouette Patterns.